Just understanding calories are energy. So that's why we don't want to go on a low calorie diet. Okay, we want to give ourselves more energy so we can express more energy. And then without knowing, subconsciously, like if I'm getting 2,500 calories a day and I'm pushing out 2,700 calories of effort, energy, force, all that sort of stuff, this doesn't have to necessarily be known through your activities, your walks, your runs, your gym sessions, what you're doing, your mental energy, sitting, standing, your work. That's negligible to a degree. You can track it. But what we're looking at is going, what's my output if I only do 1,500? Is it the same? Okay, cool. Shit, man, what's that doing for my cells, my hormones, my mental health and physical health? So I'm telling you, you'll lose. You'll be a big fucking bear hibernating. You'll have a low heart rate, even though we're not elite athletes or cyclists doing the Tour de France. You'll have a low temperature. And ultimately, your metabolic health is suffering because you're not looking after your hormonal health, which is ultimately, a lot of the times for most people, through their thyroid and supporting that as we age, which affects your testosterone, affects your metabolic health. So when we're looking at this sort of stuff, less is not more. You might win the short game with it, but guess what? It's going to come straight back, or you're going to live on that. I've had guys who, they're friends, they're not part of RDM, 1,000 calories a day, and still no good. This is food. Okay, it goes through a genetically or a cellular absorbed chain where, yes, at this stage, absolutely, all calories may be equal in a scientific format of energy, calories, protein, carbs, fats, macronutrients, awesome, but how's your body absorb that though? Like you've got hundreds of thousands of proteins. The Human Genome Project was a fucking flop. They found almost the same amount of genes in humans as they did in a fly and a worm. 25,000 in humans, 24,000 in a specific worm, 21,000 in a fly. Yet hundreds of thousands of proteins. This is what I talk about. Your genetic blueprint might be a standard from your parents, but it comes down to what am I reprinting? What am I sending to the printer? What's the order? What's the run sheet? So when we're looking at this, absolutely, Rob, when we have more calories, what are we doing for our cellular health, our hormonal health, our mental and physical health? You know, Bruce Lipton, all right, 3 types of dishes, exactly the same tissue in each. One grew muscle, one grew bone, one grew fat. Why? The environments were different, the perception was different. There was a change. That doesn't mean though, because we can't just grow wings and fly, it doesn't mean you can go and have McDonald's and trick yourself in your head that this is going to give me energy. There's a physiological thing at play here that you don't even consciously understand or know, including myself, which is why at a chemical level and cellular level, we look after ourselves by picking the low-hanging fruit. Eat some really good food and nourish your body and look after your hormones and get lots of energy so you can do more. Get in more so you can do more. And the big thing here is understanding the macronutrients, but also understanding like how this plays a role in your life, all of them. With your protein, like protein is the tissue for life. Like it's the fuel for life. Now, whilst carbs give you your energy, protein is looking at your bones, your skin, hair, teeth, nails, your hormonal support. It's a very powerful thing. It's why it should be in every meal. Naturally, there's generally a little bit of fat in most. Doesn't matter if there isn't. Satiety levels, amazing. Like none of you should ever be hungry. Building and repairing, looking after your hormones and also immunity. That's a powerful thing to have. Most protein sources come from an animal source. You can get them. You can get them from vegetarian. And Rick's a vegetarian, not a vegan. Vegan would be hard. I think it'd be very hard. But vegetarian, yeah. You've got eggs. You've got different powders, protein powders. It's finding out what goals apply to you. But a lot of us should make sure that this is the building block for us to continue to have good building blocks in life. Right? The linear curve shouldn't be this till we're in our mid-20s and that. It should be a nice, sustainable. There's guys I've trained in their 70s, very fit, very strong. One really stands out. I'll do a podcast with him one day, Steve Cotton. You can have it. It is possible. Just because it's uncommon doesn't mean it isn't possible. Carbohydrates, that's our fuel source. Primary energy, helps with your nervous system. So you use it for nervous system support and for performance. You have too much, you crash. That's why you tap out. Bang. Same with obviously your insulin levels in the body as a whole, as a system. But having it the right way is going to help you with your muscular performance and what you do every single day, as well as your nervous system and your health. It's primary energy source. Fats are looking at regulation of your hormones as well. Works very, very good. That's why it's tied into some proteins with fuel. Metabolism can be used as an energy source, detoxifying, and obviously digestion health as well. They all play a role. This is the thing, and it's a big breakthrough I had not that long ago, fellas. You are alchemists. Like this is your body. I know if I have more than 90 grams of carbs in one sitting, I'm gonna taper down. Maybe at night time I can get away with it, not during the day. I know if I have more than 60 grams of protein, it's a bit too much, it hits me a bit hard, I feel a bit heavy. I know if I have more than 40 grams of fat in a sitting, I'm going to feel too heavy and lethargic, or depending on the fat source, if it's something like MCT oil, I'll get the runs or it will go through and clean me out. Like we're looking at drugs here, grams, milligrams, all that sort of stuff. These are drugs, just like sleep is in a different way. What do drugs do? Cellular health, chemicals, hormones, they affect everything. These are good drugs. You're alchemists. What we're going to work through here, especially when we go through this sheet, is understanding the value of these 3 macronutrients, the role that they play, and then how you can ultimately build your own combinations that you can feel work for you. 3 months of MyFitnessPal, bang on man, like it's locked in here for at least 2 months. So I'll never not go back to MyFitnessPal, but right now, bang on, know exactly, because I've got that intuition of what I've done here in my own alchemy and what I've been doing in getting that feedback on what works for me. It's a powerful thing. You might be slightly different, but it's why I've built a bit of a range. If you have anywhere between 30 to 50 grams of protein, for most of you in your body size and weight, well, not beautiful. Anywhere between 50 and 70 grams of carbs, beautiful. Anywhere between 10 to 30 grams of fat, beautiful. There is a sweet spot and range, and for most of you, that should bring you up to your base of roughly 2,200 calories. Some will build up to about 3,000. It's like the training, levers and pulleys, right? What I was saying in the gym. A lot of this is very simple maths. We don't have to overcomplicate it, but it's maths relative to you. And when you understand that, you can break it down, simplify it. I love numbers, but I was never like a 3-unit maths guy. It's something that, again, all of this holds value to me because it raises the value of me. Let's say 7 days, 20,000 calories for the week. Awesome. You might only hit 2,000 calories for 5 days, and on the weekend, it spikes up, blows out. We add alcohol, we add all sorts of inflammatory markers, whether it's lifestyle thing, no movement, lack of movement, binging, shit food, polyunsaturated fats, which is very, very bad for you. You look at that, it's all of a sudden, it's like, okay, well actually I don't eat enough, but hang on a minute, I have these blowouts. And even if the calories don't exchange the right way for you to actually lose weight because you're still in a slight calorie deficit, what am I doing at a chemical level? Is it stress? Is it cortisol? Am I retaining fluid? What's going on here? You don't even need to go that far. Strip it right back. Awesome. What do I need to do today? Can I replicate that for my lunches for the weekdays with work? This is how you navigate and find the quick kills, fellas. To break it down again, you know what, I'm not eating enough. What about portion sizes? That doesn't mean you should eat every 2 hours and have eight meals a day, by no means. It's not about drip feeding you. When we're talking about this, which for me was a powerful breakthrough, it's like, what's going to sustain me and give me what I need, and what's the feedback? I don't document the data on all of it. What's the feedback this gives me? Am I performing? Am I feeling good? Awesome. I'm going to rinse and repeat. So I can look back through MyFitnessPal and see the history. I don't have to always keep recreating. Like what we talk about with your lifestyle and your food and whatnot, you can find your own patterns.